Namami buddhaṃ gunasāgarantaṃ saddhā sadā hontu sukhiyaverā kāyo jingunjo sakalo dugandho gacchante sabbe maranaṃ ahañca namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammā sambuddhassa namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammā sambuddhassa namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammā sambuddhassa Kammassa komhi kammadāyādo kammayoni kammabandhu kammapatisarano yang kammaṃ karissāmi kalyānaṃ vā pāpakaṃ vā tassa dāyādo bhavissāmiti. Homage to the Exalted One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear friends in Dhamma, today we are going to discuss the main topic in Buddhism, that what is the Kamma or actions. Kamma, Vipaka and Vimutti. These three things are interrelated in Buddhism. When Buddha appeared in the world, some people had discussed karma, but they had discussed karma and karma vipaka, or results. But after Buddha appeared in the world, Buddha explained another topic, that Vimutti or liberation from the karma. That is the most important thing. Kamma in Pali and karma in Sanskrit, actions in English. Here, according to Buddhism, karma, if we have a karma, it always belongs to our, consists with our mind. Volitional actions. If we do something without volition, it doesn't go to a karma or karma vipaka. If we do something physically, verbally or mentally with volition, that goes to karma. According to the karma situation, we will have results in this life or in the next life. But the important thing is that other religions like Hinduism, they explain the karmic energy with a soul, with a permanent soul. But Buddhism explains karma and vipaka without a soul, particular soul. That is the main difference in Buddhism. Even though we do karma or actions, karma really, in absolute truth, doesn't belong to a particular person. That is the important thing. But in the primary level, we think that we are the inheritor of our actions. But in the higher level, according to the absolute truth, the karma or vipaka doesn't belong to anything or anyone. But when we realize that the karma doesn't belong to us, at that moment we have overcome the samsaric circle. Now, in this situation, we think that karma belongs to us because we are in the samsaric circle. Whenever we think that karma or vipaka doesn't belong to us at the moment we are away from the samsaric circle. Whenever we think that karma belongs to us, then we are in the samsaric circle, we happy or unhappy. However, Buddha says, in the very first stanzas in Dhammapada, Mano pubbangama dhamma manosetta manomaya manasache paduttena bhasativa karotiva tatonan dukkhamanveti chakkhano vahato padam. Mano pubbangama dhamma, mind is the forerunner. Manosetta, mind is chief. Manomaya, mind made ade. Manasache paduttena bhasativa karotiva. If someone does something with a wicked mind, physically, verbally or mentally, negative results follow him because of the polluted mind. And also, if we do something with a pure mind, physically, verbally or mentally, fruitful results follow us because of the pure mind, like our shadow. And also Buddha says, Kamma sakomhi, I am the owner of my actions. Kamma yoni, the inheritor, the origin, the relation and refuge of actions. Whatever actions I perform, whether good or bad, good or evil, I will be their inheritor. This must be reflected upon again and again by one who has gone forth. Buddha says, we should reflect on 5 things again and again in our lifetime. The 5 things should be reflected upon again and again by the one who has gone forth. What those 5 things? There are 5 things we should reflect on again and again. One of them is decay. I am a person who are going to decay. Day by day we are going to old age. We should understand it. We should reflect on it again and again. The next one is, I am subject to ill. Vyadi dhammohmi. I am not away from sicknesses. Physical sicknesses. And also, I am subject to die. I am not away from death. One day I will die. If we think it again and again, we succeed our life. We get the results from our life. Not only that, Buddha says, one day we have to separate from everything that near and dear that we have. Even though we give up everything, there is something which follows us, that karma, volitional actions that we do in our lifetime. We should think it again and again. However, the important thing is, according to Buddhism, there are 4 things that cannot be thinkable for the end. They are, achinteya dhamma. There are 4 conjecturable subjects, inthinkable or unthinkable subjects. They are jhana or mind, loka or world, Buddha or the enlightenment of the Buddha, and the karma, actions. These 5 things we are unable to understand completely. Even Arahant is unable to understand these 4 things completely. They are the subjects for only the Supreme Buddha. Even Sariputta Moggallana couldn't realize these 4 things completely. But Buddha encourages us to have some knowledge and understand and reflect on these four things, especially karma. Jhana, the subject of jhana, the subject of the Buddha, the subject of the loka or universe, and the subject of the karma. They are unthinkable. It means we are unable to think them to end. We have no complete understanding with these four things. But however, Buddha encourages us to understand the karmic law. As the result of having good friends, as the result of listening to Dhamma, the very first understanding that we have in wisdom is that, the understanding of the karmic law. The more we listen to Dhamma, the more we are knowledgeable, we understand the karmic law. What is the karmic law? Whatever we do with intention, we will have the same results according to our present mental condition. The purpose or intention is very important. Having some sharp, thin, sometimes a doctor may cut our belly. In another way, someone with an angry mind may cut our belly or our body. The thing is same, but the intention is different. Therefore, in the karmic law, intention is very important. Sometimes someone may blame us with compassion, like our parents. Sometimes some persons blame us with anger. That is different. Sometimes even our parents may blame us angrily, with anger. But however, their intention is different. According to our intention, according to our effort, the result of karma is different. However, Buddha says, when Buddha appeared in the world, there were some ascetic people who had realized the karmic energy. But Buddha says, I have the Maha Kamma Vibhanga Jnana, the knowledge of, the great knowledge of karma. It is different from other religions' understandings. Some people realize that when someone does some bad things, evils, their future may be completely evil or negative or in the hell. But Buddha realized there are some people who are in the world, even though they do some bad deeds, they are not going to hell. They will be reborn in a blissful life. And also, usually people realize that when someone does some good deeds with a pure mind, they will have a blissful life. Buddha understand it. In another way, Buddha understand, even though some people do some good deeds with a pure mind, they will be reborn in evil lives or hell. That is how Buddha says, I have the great knowledge of karma. It says in Maha Kamma Vibhanga Jnana. Maha Kamma Vibhanga Sutta. One of them is Chulla Kamma Vibhanga Sutta. Nearly there is another sutta, that's Maha Kamma Vibhanga Sutta. There are some people in the world, they do some bad deeds or evils, they may go to hell. But some people, even though they do some evils, they will go to a blissful life. What is the reason? Even though they do a lot of bad deeds, negative thoughts or evils, end of their life, they develop their spirituality with the pure mind to the maximum level, then they overcome bad results of the karma. And also, there are some people who practice good deeds in this life, such as King Ajasatta. Even though some people practice good deeds, they have done some very serious, very severe bad deeds, such as Anantari Karma, such as killing their parents, killing Arahant, like that. Those are the very dangerous evils. They are unable to overcome those karmas next life. First of all, they have to receive the results, then one day they can overcome them. Like that. In this situation, Buddha says he has the great knowledge of karma. That is the difference in Buddhism. However, one day, a householder, Subha, in Buddha's time came to Buddha and asked some questions. Bhante, the Lord Buddha, there is so much diversity in this world. Some are unwise, some are wise, some are poor, some are rich, some are beautiful, some are ugly, some live long, some die early. Some are in high caste, some are in low caste, some are healthy, some are unhealthy. The Lord Buddha, what is the reason of these differences? Buddha says, Kamman satte vibhajati yadidam hinam panidata. Here Buddha says that the reason for this difference is karma, and karma divides people as high and low. This is the difference in this world. When we say this thing, you may think that everything happens with the karmic energy, but Buddhism says no. There are 5 reasons for these things in the world. They are Pancha Niyama Dhamma, the 5 eternal laws in this world. They are Bija Niyama, Utu Niyama, Chitta Niyama, Dhamma Niyama, and Kamma Niyama. The law of weather, Utu Niyama. From season to season, we can see a difference. It doesn't happen with the karmic energy. It is the law of weather. Next, Buddha says Bija Niyama, the law of seeds. If you grow some seeds, then you will receive the same results, same plants. It doesn't happen with the karma. It happens as another eternal law, which is the law of seeds. The other thing is that the Chitta Niyama. From moment to moment, our mind changes. It happens as another rule, another law. It means the law of consciousness, the law of mind. And also there is another thing, Dhamma Niyama, the law of phenomena. It means there are some things which happened according to the Dhamma Niyama, such as, rain falls here, falls down. If a person was born, gradually he is going to old age, sickness and death. Those things belong to Dhamma Niyama. It doesn't belong to Kamma Niyama. And also the 5th one is Kamma Niyama, the law of karma. And among them, Kamma Niyama is one of them of 5. Not only one reason. When Buddha appeared in the world, there were some people who believed that everything happens because of karma. Buddha said no. There are something which happened with another reason. However, karma influences us a lot. Our life is like an iceberg. We can see up the water of the iceberg a little thing. The big thing is under the water. Like that. our life we can see, our children, our relatives, our facilities, our jobs, things, they are like the upper thin of the iceberg. What is the bottom thin of our life is that the karma or actions that we do in this life and that we have done in our previous lives. And karma influences us a lot. Therefore, in this situation, Buddha says there are 4 karmas influence us. Buddha says in Dutiya Kamma Sutta, there are 4 karmas. Atti bhikkhave kammang kanhan kanna vipakang. There are some actions which are black with black consequences. Again Buddha says, Atti bhikkhave kammang sukkhaṃ sukha vipakang. There are some actions which are white with white consequences, results. Next Buddha says, Atti bhikkhave kammang kanna sukha vipakang. There are some actions which are black and white with black and white consequences, results. Again Buddha says, Atti bhikkhave kammang akanna sukha vipakang. There are some actions neither black nor white with the results of neither black nor white results. When Buddha appeared in the world, in this world people had realized only first 3 karmas. The very first one is Atti bhikkhave kammang kanhan kanna vipakang. Kanna means black. Sukha means white. Kanna means evils. Sukha means merits. First Buddha says, Atti bhikkhave kammang kanhan kanna vipakang. There are some actions which are black with black results. If we do something with pure mind, with anger, with craving, with delusion, then our activities are evil. We will receive evil results because of polluted mind. The next thing is Buddha says, Atti bhikkhave kammang sukhaṃ sukha vipakang. There are some actions which are white with white consequences. It means if we do something with pure mind, without craving, without anger, completely pure mind, if we do something, that belongs to Sukha Kamma. It means especially concentration or Samadhi. In this situation, we eradicated 5 hindrances. What are the hindrances? Nivarana, Pancha Nivarana. They are Kamachanda, sensual pleasure, Vyapada, ill will, and Tinamidda, sloth and torpor, Uddhacca Kukucca, restlessness and scruples, Vicikicca, skeptical doubts. These 5 things are hindrances. The more we concentrate our mind with a particular meditation object, the more we reduce 5 hindrances. If someone can reduce these 5 things, 5 hindrances, at the moment our mind is in the Brahma realm. That happiness is more important, better than other sensual pleasures in this human life and in the heavenly life. If someone concentrates his mind, purifying his mind from 5 hindrances, the happiness that we receive at the moment is over than the human realm and heaven realm. At the moment our mind is in the Brahma realm. Buddha emphasizes the path that how become the Brahma realm mentally. Having a physical human body materially, Physically, mentally, we are in the Brahma realm. Especially practicing 4 sublime states. Sakara Brahma Viharana. Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upekha. Metta means loving kindness, and Karuna, compassion, Mudita, sympathetic joy, and Upekha, equanimity. The more we purify our mind from anger and greed, the more we develop our spirituality. Then we don't feel our physical illnesses too. And also, very first level, Buddha explains very kindly that how we make a heaven in this life. For that, we have to practice dana, sila and bhavana. Practicing generosity helps us to overcome greed or attachment or craving. And also contemplating on impurity of body parts helps us to overcome lust or lustful desire. And also Buddhism especially encourages us to practice 5 precepts. Abstaining from killing beings, abstaining from stealing, abstaining from sexual misconduct, abstaining from false speech, abstaining from intoxicating drinks and drugs. This is a real safety assurance that we can make in this life. The more we practice 5 precepts, the more we overcome evils. That is the very first advice in Buddhism, Sabba Papa Sakaranam, not to do any evil. Not only that, we should practice good deeds, kusala sukha sambada. With a pure mind, we can practice dana, sila and bhavana. Dana means generosity, sila means virtue or discipline in our speech and behavior. Buddha says, whatever you speak, whatever you behave, you should think it again and again whether it is correct or not, whether it is good or not. Before you say something, before you behave, before you think, you should reflect on it again and again whether it is correct or not. If it is evil, you should overcome them. If they are correct or wholesome, we have to practice it again and again. This is the very first advice that Buddha has given. The second thing that Buddha says us, in the very first level, in the samsaric circle, we are discussing the karmic law. Karma is the very first step in the wisdom. The karma. Here we practice 3 karmas in this world. The ordinary people practice white karma, black karmas, so evils, and also the second one is wholesome karmas, such as marriage, and also the third one is Buddha says, some people like we, sometimes we do good deeds, sometimes we do evils. And as the result of these mixed karmas, actually at the same time we are unable to do the same thing, but suddenly we change them. However, some people practice good deeds sometimes, and sometimes they do some evils too. As the result of black and white karmas, we receive both results, good results and bad results in the human realm. And also there are some heaven realms too. There are some divine beings. In sometimes they are in the Sugati or blissful life. In the same way, they go to another step in the same birth. they receive some evil results too. They say, as the Buddha says, Asura. There are some kind of beings in this universe, Asura. However, these three things belong to karma or samsaric circle. And the more we understand, the more we are able to overcome evils. Not only that, we practice good deeds as much as we can. You know, some people in the world, they think that their good deeds, results come to next life. That is why they practice good deeds end of their lives. But Buddhism says, when we practice good deeds, we can see immediately effectiveness, visible results in this life. More than 60% results we receive in this immediate life, not only hereafter. The more we practice good deeds, the more results than we can see in this immediate life. Especially, as a result of practicing good deeds, we receive 4 results in this immediate life. They are Ayu, Vanno, Sukham, Balam. Ayu means longevity, Vanna, good complexion, Sukha, comfort or health, and Bala means strength. Those are the visible results. Sometimes some people may think that they should have much money for medicine. Actually, we don't need much money for meditation, for some good deeds. When other people do some good activities, we can rejoice with those activities. Then we also can generate positive thoughts. And also, if we practice virtue or sila, we don't need money. If we practice meditation, we don't need money. The more we are knowledgeable, we have understanding, the more we can practice good deeds in this life. And also, not only those 4 visible results that we receive throughout practicing good deeds in this immediate life, but we have another good result that associate in good friends. If a person haven't a good association, even though he is well educated and rich, actually his life is empty. Having a good friend is the highest valuable thing in our life. If we have good association, we receive everything. That is why in the mundane level and the supramundane level as well, Buddha has explained the importance of having a good friend. That is very important. Having good friends, we especially understand the 4th karma, which is the very important. So it says, Atti bhikkhave kammang akanna sukhang akanna asukha vipakam. There are some actions which are neither black nor white, with neither black nor white results, consequences. Kammakaya sangatati. They cause us to overcome actions or the samsaric circle. That is the 4th one. The foundation of this understanding is the karmic law. Here, if we are going to practice the 4th one, we should need the understanding of the dependent origination or paticcasamuppada. The foundation of this 4th karma is the understanding the dependent origination. Understanding anicca, dukkha, anatta, 3 characteristics: impermanence, dissatisfactory, and selflessness. Here, we should understand the impermanence in Buddhism. Impermanence means, not being occurred comes to occurrence, being occurred will not go to occurrence. The previous intention, thought doesn't come to the present as it is, and the present thought will not go to future. But the previous mind, previous experience influences the present thought. but it doesn't come to as it is. And also the present thought influences the next thought, but they are impermanent. They always change according to our present mental condition. And also, in this level, we should understand our life. Our entire life is 6 internal senses and 6 external objects. In another way, 5 aggregates. In another way, 18 elements. Atalos dhatu. 6 senses means like eye, ear, nose, like that. 6 objects means forms, sounds, smell, like that. 18 elements means eye, slides, eye consciousness. Ear, sounds, ear consciousness. Nose, smell, nose consciousness, like that. 6 internal senses, 6 external objects, and 6 consciousnesses. Everything are impermanent. Everything arises at the moment. Everything ceases immediately. But our bad friend, delusion, doesn't believe it. He says that even though they cease, still they are happening. Our delusion always says that when you think your friend who blamed you, still he is living in the same way. Still he is blaming you. That is why when you remember that incident who blamed you, you are blamed again. But that person doesn't know it. When you remember that incident, again you are blamed by your ignorance. Like that. Our best friend, which is wisdom, he says, no, no, no. You are reading your own mind. That thing has ceased already. The friend that blamed you doesn't know anything. Now he has forgotten everything. But still your mind says that still it is happening. And if we can overcome ignorance, then we can overcome suffering. For that we have to increase wisdom, reflecting on 3 characteristics, anicca, dukkha and anatta. That is why Buddha says, sabbe sankhara anicchati yada panyaya passati atani bindati dukkhe esamaggo visuddhya. Every condition, things are impermanent. He who sees this reality with wisdom overcomes suffering. This is the path to purity. What is the purity? The purification from delusion or ignorance. And reflecting on 3 characteristics, anicca, dukkha and anatta is the way to purification. And for that, in one side, we should have good understanding, listening to Dhamma, and also on the other side, we should think it again and again. Not only we pay our attention in the Dharmasala, but we should think it everywhere what we do. We are always should be in the Dhamma. You are in the Dharmasala here, but you should everywhere in the Dhamma. Dhamma road, Dhamma office, Dhamma vehicle, Dhamma. Everywhere you should make a Dhamma. Not only Dhamma, we should add mindfulness for the Dhamma. What is that? We should be mindful everywhere. Mindful eating, mindful drinking, mindful driving, mindful working, mindful exercising. Everywhere we should apply mindfulness. Mindfulness means the awareness of our body and mind at the present moment. Not only mindfulness, but we should practice mindful meditation too. Insight meditation, vipassana bhavana, reflecting on impermanence. Every moment our present thought arises and ceases. The more we reflect on impermanence, the more we have overcome suffering. Our real success, skillfulness, proficiency is that the duration of reflecting on impermanence. We have received everything in this life for this path. Other things are not like that. Other things are not valued like this path. Actually, we have received this blissful life. We have received good health, good friends, good parents, good environment. We have received everything for practicing this path. Therefore, we should give the priority to practice this path. That is the way how we respect our life, how we give a value to our life, how we develop our life. This is a very rare chance. We should not miss this rare chance, because other all things that we receive, we have received them in our previous lives, except this experience. Therefore, this is a very good opportunity to practice this path. Day by day, we should develop this path. And also, with this understanding, by practicing the Dhamma, we should realize what happens to our life. Here it is very important to understand the three behaviors like we discussed last week. There are three behaviors that we have: Vijnanacharya, Ajnanacharya, and Jnanacharya. Vijnanacharya means the behavior of consciousness. Ajnanacharya means the behavior of ignorance. Jnanacharya means the behavior of wisdom. Vijnanacharya is that very first experience that we receive through our senses. That very first experience is neutral. It is neither evil or wholesome. The very first experience is only a shadow. It is very instant. If we receive some very first experience, that is the result of our previous actions. It is neither evil nor wholesome. It is neutral. It is just a vipaka or result of our previous actions. We are unable to control it. Even Arahant is unable to control it. It is just an experience. But if we are ignorant there, suddenly next experience arises because with that first experience. If we are ignorant, then after experience we think that there is something outside. And outside things brings me happiness or suffering. That is why we always blame others. Don't make me angry. Please make me happy. We always invite others to bring us suffering, no happiness. But happiness or suffering arises in our mind according to our understanding, according to our mental condition. And if we are ignorant, after the very first experience, we look at outside, we depend outside. We depend on outside. It doesn't mean that there isn't something outside. There is something outside. But that outside experience arises at the moment according to our present mental condition. Now you are very pleasant for me because I think you are good behavior. If I have bad experience with you in another time, I imagine, I think you are bad experience. Then next time my mind is unpleasant. And whatever I experience through my senses, that experience arises according to my present mental condition. Now you are very pleasant with me. If I give something for you, you are more pleasant with me. If I blame you, then suddenly your mind changes, then you are unpleasant with me. And whatever we experience at the moment, that is the result of our present mental state. If we can understand this reality, at the moment we reflect on impermanence, dissatisfaction and selflessness. Then we understand it as it is. Whenever we reflect on impermanence, dissatisfaction and egolessness or selflessness at the moment, we suddenly understand the present experience. It arises at the moment, it immediately ceases. Then we have nothing to depend on. Suddenly we look at inside. The ordinary people, when they experience, they look at outside, they depend outside. But we suddenly depend on insight. Insight means wisdom. Insight doesn't mean consciousness. We don't depend on even consciousness, because that consciousness is also impermanent. It doesn't go to continuously. That consciousness is also impermanent. We realize that consciousness too by the wisdom. Then we realize only thing which is in the world, that impermanence. Then we understand our entire life is arising and ceasing of our five aggregates. If we have this understanding, after the very first experience, we suddenly go to the wisdom, which is jnanacharya, the behavior of wisdom. Then we can respond others without attachment and detachment. Then we are neutral. We do our only responsibilities. We don't depend on anything or anyone. After we help in others, we never say that, please remember this, please return for this later. We never ask, we never accept, we never want it. We know very well that we have make a refuge. We have make an assurance. What is that? We have taken care of our mind. We have protected our mind with mindfulness and mindful meditation. We have made a real refuge, assurance, safety, protection in our life. We know very well, even though we have relatives, even though we have children, one day they go away. One day we have to leave them. Not only external things, but even our physical body, one day we leave. Even though we like, one day it is going to old age, sicknesses, day by day, we are going to find in the stick and, cemetery. That is our journey, real journey. We know very well it. While we are going to the cemetery, we are going to liberation with this understanding. Then we don't feel suffering of our physical body, because we have overcome the attachment of our body too. We completely trust in our understanding wisdom. It doesn't mean that we don't take care of our body. Actually, we help our physical body too, because the reason is that we need the physical body to attain this path, attain this enlightenment. But we don't trust, we don't depend on even our physical body. We know very well, even though we have good complexion just now, one day I am going to old age. One day I am going to the bed. One day I leave this body too. In this situation, we make the real refuge that nobody can disturb, that nobody can challenge. That is the highest protection, assurance, refuge that we can make throughout listening to Dhamma, throughout association of the good friends. And here, we discuss the karma or actions in Buddhism. In the first level, in the mundane level, we practice dana, sila and bhavana as much as we can. while we are practicing these meritorious deeds, the first assurance that we should have that we have a guarantee that we never fall into hell. Buddha realized the severe problem of the world is that the possibility to fall hell. That is the real challenge, real problem that we have. The possibility to fall into hell. We should have a real protection not to fall hell anytime. And also having safety in this level, the other thing is having some visible results such as longevity, good complexion, comfort and strength. We should practice the highest qualities in Buddhism. Buddha says very clearly, as a wise person, the highest qualities that we have to practice are that concentration or samadhi and wisdom, vipassana bhavana, panya. Day by day, we should increase the duration of practicing concentration meditation, using some techniques such as breathing meditation, loving kindness meditation, contemplating on four fundamental elements, contemplating on death. Those are the meditation techniques that we can use to concentrate our mind, purifying our mind from 5 hindrances. And having that experience, we can make a heaven or Brahma realm in the mundane level, in the samsaric circle. Not only that, we little by little try to overcome suffering completely. Even though we practice this path in the mundane level, we are unable to overcome 3 challenges. They are aging or decay, death and rebirth. Even though we reduce 5 hindrances in the mundane level, we are unable to overcome these 3 challenges: aging or decay, death and rebirth. We fight in this level with those 3 challenges by practicing samatha and vipassana, concentration and wisdom. In one side, little by little, we keep our attention in the present moment by using some meditation techniques. On the other side, as soon as mind is concentrated, we reflect on impermanence, dissatisfaction and selflessness, anicca dukkha anattama. Then little by little, we develop our spirituality to the maximum level. On the other side, little by little, we overcome suffering, because we don't depend on anything or anyone outside or even inside our physical body too. Little by little, we are going to depend on wisdom, reflecting on 3 characteristics. This is the real refuge that we can make in this life. And here, by listening to Dhamma, understanding the karmic law, while we are doing white karmas or wholesome karmas, and also we should try to practice some karmas which are neither black nor white, with neither black nor white consequences. For that, we have to listen into Buddha's message very clearly. Especially, we should know about the dependent origination, arising and ceasing of our entire life. And with this understanding, day by day, we should practice the Noble Eightfold Path, or 3 characteristics, or Samatha Vipassana. In various ways, Buddha has explained the path. According to the audience, sometimes Buddha has explained you have to practice 37 spiritual factors. Sometimes Buddha says you have to practice only Eightfold Path. Sometimes Buddha says you have to practice 7 enlightenment factors. Sometimes Buddha says you have to practice 5 spiritual faculties. Sometimes Buddha says you have to practice 4 noble truths. Sometimes Buddha says you have to practice 3 characteristics. Sometimes Buddha says, as a wise person, you have to practice only concentration and wisdom. Sometimes when Buddha met some gifted persons, Buddha advised that you have to practice only one thing, which is that panya, or wisdom, reflecting on impermanence. Buddha has explained that path when he met the gifted persons who are very wise, that who have practiced this path in previous life a lot, such as Bahya Darucharya. Buddha explained the direct path in the sublime truth. Have you any question?
Yes. So on the karmic law, like lying, that could be considered something bad, if you tell lies, right? What about those white lies, like the lies that are things that you have to say to prevent the other person feeling bad?
Yes.
I have a good example. My uncle, he lived with his mom, and she was really old, had health problems. One day, a burglar broke into the house, and then she heard him talking to the thief. And then she asked, "Who's there?" If he said it was a burglar, the lady would probably have a heart attack and die. And then he said, "Oh, it's my friend, don't worry." So he told a lie, which is like a white lie. In those cases, would be considered like a bad karma, telling something like that?
Yes, actually, according to our intention, it doesn't go to evil. However, when we know Buddha's advice, we can say it in another way. For example, there was a story that in Sri Lanka, that one day there were brothers like Sadat Tissa and Jamunu. The elder brother, Dutu Jamunu, he was fighting with his brother. While they were fighting, the younger brother went to a temple. And he saw that he was entering the Buddhist church. Then Gahamini asked monks, "Is there my brother in the temple?" My monks didn't say that he didn't come here. They didn't say. What did monks say? Monk said that your brother is not on the bed. Actually, he was under the bed. Like that, actually, I gave you an example. But however, we can say it another way. But if our intention is good, it doesn't go to an evil. But however, we don't tell any lie in any way. When we have higher understanding, sometimes we are silent. If we are unable to tell the truth, we should be silent. And also we can use another words. Okay, but that story, it is okay. It is not a big problem because that she told it with compassion. Therefore, it is not a big problem. However, when we know the Dhamma, we can use another ways. That is the important thing.
And even in our day-to-day life, like when you're working or studying, like there are things that we avoid saying, or we say that something that is not true, because you know that the person is going to get angry. You know that it's going to be like really negative if you say like, "Oh, it is this," and then the other person is just going to flip. So sometimes we go through and we just avoid telling the truth, just to avoid that bad interaction. So I don't know if that intention of feeling, okay, I'm not going to say anything, so the person's not going to get mad. I don't know if that counts as a good intention, even though it's a lie, like you said, like the intention that you have. So.
Yes, actually, according to my understanding, I think that when we go on this path, actually everything may be cleaned. It means that, we don't face many problems. Actually, some problems automatically solved. And also, we should give the time to the future. Then automatically some problems are solved. And among our problems, 60% problems are solved automatically. We don't need to solve. We should give time. And also we should solve some problems very quickly, such as if we are sick, if we have a very dangerous situation, we have to go there, we should do something. But in some situations, we don't need to reply. We don't need to respond. Then automatically they will solve. And also, when we associate some people, they understand who we are. Then, sometimes they don't ask some questions from us. And also, I think some people think that without telling false speech, it is very difficult to live in this society. Actually, if we are in the Dhamma, we can do it. Day by day, we can understand our speech. And the very important thing is Samma Ditti, Samma Sankappa, Samma Vacha. Before correct behavior, we correct our speech. Our speech is more important than our behavior, physical behavior. Therefore, we give priority to our speech. And as soon as we have correct vision, correct understanding, we have correct intention, and also we have correct speech, then our speech is very strong. And that speech can do a lot. Okay? Thank you so much for asking. That's a good question. Okay? Thank you for your good attention. By the power of these meritorious deeds, now we are going to transfer these merits with our departed relatives reciting the Gatha. By the power of this spiritual energy, may our departed relatives rejoice with these merits and may they enhance their life and may they attain the final bliss of liberation. Idam me jnatinam hotu suketa hontu. Idam me jnatinam hotu suketa hontu jnatayo. Idam me jnatinam hotu suketa hontu jnatayo. By the power of these meritorious deeds, may guardian deities and angels also receive this spiritual energy. May they enhance their divine energy. May they keep their eye on you too. With that intention, let's share these merits with guardian deities and angels with reciting the Gatha. Akasatta cha bummatta devanaga mahiddik punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkantu sasanam. Akasatta cha bummatta devanaga punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkantu desanam. Akasatta cha bummatta devanaga mahid punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkantu tvang sada. By the power of all these meritorious deeds, may you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no problems come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May your all righteous wishes meet with success. Finally, may all of us attain the final bliss of liberation, Nibbana. Dukkham panta ca niddukkha, bhayam panta ca nibbayam, sokam panta ca nissokha, hontu sambe pipanino. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.